Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We are here, of course, on Ancient. Bit of an extended wait there. Not quite sure why, so thank you for your patience. But we are ready to get the game underway. Let us cook up against Sangal. Looking forward to this one, Alan.
Just for the team name. That would be enough to attract us, but here on Ancient, with Julie's in the mix. I'm excited. I'm very intrigued. Bogdan is so far up on A. He's all the way up in towards Donut, and it hasn't forced a rotation somehow. There's still 3 here in defense, and well, that is... that is... that's illegal. You can't do that.
How has he gotten away with 3 from there? Absolutely unbelievable from Fozy. Oh, man. Julie's doing what they do. That's why we see them on the hard angles. Soulfly from behind. Gonna finish off Bogdan. And that is one way to kick it off from Sangal. That's for sure, dude. Oh, man alive.
I already thought he was going to die. I was so ready. Left eye angle. There's 3 players swinging up at the same time. And Fozy says no. And absolutely annihilates them. So, wow. That was a quick pistol if I've ever seen one. And from here, there's not a lot Let Us Cook can do. They didn't get a bomb plant. So they're just praying that they can in this one. Bit of utility. Try and zerg your way onto the bomb site. I guess at the moment it's only Kubi. So maybe a chance here for a plant.
Yep, looking for it. Got a FAMAS though in hand as Kobe here, looking pretty solid. Return flashes are quite good. They're just trying to body block their way in. They're going to get that bomb down. It's... Oh, I thought it was already being planted. I guess not. Not quite sure what's happened there, to be honest. There was a good 3 seconds or so where he was trying to get that bomb down. Maybe not quite on the site. A little bit of a fumble from Let Us Cook. Still goes the way that you would expect thanks to the weaponry of Sangal.
So I was having a little bit of a rummage. Because I didn't think this was Let Us Cook's lineup. Because I'm sure they played in the IM Brazil qualifiers or something the other day. And they do list a different lineup as their lineup on HTV. They list Bogdan as the coach.
Right.
And
that would make sense.
This is all something to do with X-Finest spot, I suspect, in ECL.
Nonetheless, early buy from Let Us Cook. Big damage onto Twist, big damage onto Sound. They're trying to boost over the smoke, but both have been thwarted here, so some decent finds early on from Sangal. As we kind of said, this was a dangerous veto from both sides, and Sangal starting their CT campaign pretty well.
Where did Twist want that smoke to go? I doubt that was the plan. Smoke just onto the catwalk. Either way. It's really passive from Sangal. Look at this. Fully giving mid. I guess Fozy's up in A, which was kind of imploring them to lean this play. Fozy's taking a lot of space here. The one gap is Donut. And at the moment, that's about to get exploited. Fozy gets one. That's Snacks. They know he's in behind. And suddenly this gets a little bit awkward, I think, for this T side. Which way do you look? Corey. Oh, he goes unchecked. And now 4 on 2. There's a player in behind. Even getting the plant here is really troublesome.
Oh, just goes down. Skrunk will manage to take Twist out. Bogdan, yeah, just too many targets for him, and Sangal going to finish him off. This is some pretty convincing Counter-Strike in the early rounds. Really not having to work too hard for it so far, and Sangal kind of have to be the clear favorites, right? This team's been together for quite some time, and as Alan mentioned in the pregame, finding some nice results along the way. So hoping they can keep things up in that sense. Let Us Cook, though, really struggling in the early ones.
I'm still trying to get on top of this lineup scenario, because they have used this lineup before. They used it 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure what's going on. It's safe to say it's not a stable environment. Let's put it that way. Given how the team is listed in different places. Either way, then. Bomb plant is going to call them to buy again. It's not ideal. There's only 1 AK. Nades are okay. But they really need an entry here because they don't have the weaponry to string this out.
Soulfly going to open up. There was a wide swing from QB coming in, but Doesn't really find anything for it, and that's going to be the A bomb site dropping entirely. Rotations are here pretty quickly. There's a chance to drop the bomb. Those bullets are awfully close, but they don't quite make it. So the bomb will go down. And with that, we might see a move to save, to be honest. It's obviously much more open CT space. Allows them a few lineups and whatnot. And retake lineups coming in from Sangal. They were expecting perhaps, well, one of them anyway. Shots on the flank. They've got to move fast. They line up for him, and he does get the double thanks to a touchdown flash from Snacks. 3 to get through for Skrunk then. Not going to happen. He's got a smoke on the bomb. Thinking about diving on it. Ooh, okay. He's going to find a kill and does manage to get on. I don't think there's enough time. It doesn't matter anyway. A nice attempt, but let us cook. They will find themselves their first round.
I really want to know how they threw the donut smoke. They threw a smoke that landed on the right side of donut. I guess it comes from the mid player that they had lurking, but it was an interesting take from Let Us Cook as they took into donut with a smoke on the left side and kind of pushed and wrapped in. Whereas most teams would just smoke the end of donut and just be stuffed for getting the bomb down. It's so difficult on this map, so I like it. I like the alteration. Hopefully we see more of that. As we go along here, heavy B default. Really weighted here. Surely they're going to hit B very soon.
Skrunk that first port call. Great flash. Not a chance. They'll work their way in pretty easily here. QB has slipped the net ever so slightly. I think he realizes he's in such a weird position. Dealt with very quickly indeed. And this B bomb site has completely fallen. There's a couple players quite close for Sangal, looking for a flank, looking for that catch that gets them back in, but it's not presenting itself at all. And we will see a pretty textbook move to save. That CT side starting to struggle a bit. Les Cook showing us what they've got here.
Much improved. Is Snack's going to get a fight? Yes, he is. Every rifle there is massive. One save. One more save here, and the buy is 100% going to happen in the following now. They got a tough decision to Sangal. Really tough decision. But yeah, Let Us Cook. I mean, the execute was more intricate. This one was quite simple. Kyubi was just way out in the open, completely dominated by those flashes. It was a tough one. And yeah, simple Counter-Strike seems to be working. A couple rounds in a row.
Just a question of how long it lasts, I suppose. And I don't know, where are you placing this at the moment? Are we looking at the T side or the CT side to come away with strength? I'd say at the moment the T side is really picking up steam since that A1S got nerfed.
Potentially. It would probably worth... I can actually see where the smoke comes from now. They actually throw it around, but it bounces all the way through it. But this is what I was on about with the connector takes. It's... I think especially in this matchup, massively decided. It's just going to be so hard, I think, for Let Us Cook to bring rounds together and have opportunities. That is a nice spray down. That should stop this retake ever getting off the ground. But yeah, I think every round they're getting here is just enormous and actually puts Sangal under a lot of pressure.
Well, Skrunk sticks around. He's going to get his hands onto that M4. So ultimately, the weapons they saved in the previous will make it through into this one, unless anything strange happens. Nice find from Fozy, thanks to the information. Snacks was on his way to go for a B hunt, I think, but ultimately gets taken down. So a relatively costly one at the tail end. They'll find themselves, okay, quite a few kills. Very costly. It's fine for them to buy into the next, but Sangal obviously want to make sure that that money is being kept as low as possible. Really solid stuff at the tail end to pick up a couple of kills there.
Yes, indeed. Time to sort this buy out. Juggling on the guns. As Skrunk here can drop. Should be dropping. Can get QB here full nades. They didn't drop. Odd. Anyway, not going to make a massive difference. Fozy, top spawn for A. He's going to take it. Gets aggressive, peeks in towards the tunnels. And there's a lot of members coming his direction. This could be really good for him.
Very aggressive indeed. We'll see how the utility looks. It's nice and close. Yeah, and even with the contact flash, it wasn't enough. Player on high, though. Maybe need a little more support. Fozy on the USP. Manages to stay alive. Molly comes in, but it's not in good time. Big kill from Twist. Very big indeed. And now a 3 versus 2 ensuing there. throwing themselves at this one on that CT side. It's just not working out. It's all going to be down to Scrunk. Does have a smoke. He does have a kit. That smoke doesn't quite make it, but hits the lip of the A bomb site, and Snacks will work around it to pick him off. That's disastrous, isn't it? The setup looked absolutely perfect at the start of Tunnel.
I can't believe they didn't get more out of that. I mean, it's perfect, isn't it? There's no entry flashes. Fozy gets the first. Can fall to a kind of a slightly deeper angle. It activates the player on the boost. And then they can just, 1-2 punch and keep taking fights onto the entrance. It should have been perfect. It couldn't have been a better round going into their setup. And I think they're going to kick themselves a lot for not converting that round. That's a big, big ball dropped by Sangal. And now the player's got across mid. They have no clue. Starting to, the wheels are starting to fall off here. This has not looked pretty.
Yeah, very quickly it has kind of turned around. Snacks on the AWP. He loves a cheeky AWP. He does get tagged up, so you can say Scrunk is kind of unlucky on that. Another pick going to come in here in just a second. Molotov. Just the follow-up is solid from Twist. T-side not looking too bad here of Letters Cook. You can see more and more why they wanted to pick into this one. Corey is the lone defender on the B-bomb site, at least for now. He gets smoked off pretty easily there. And I think they'll try and take it out, but they can't. The A4 finds him. And just one on a FAMAS. Not really expecting too much out of this lone player.
Can't believe how much this has flipped. Lettuce Cook getting over everything here. Getting a lot of space. They're playing very loose and very aggressive, and it's working. Sangal are leaving so many gaps open. I think Sangal needs to start pausing. I think they really need to start pausing, because this might be their opponent's pick here, but we know they played a lot of Ancient. They should expect to play better CS than this, I think. And nothing going their way right now. This is getting a little bit brutal.
Yeah, really surprising to see. I mean, Letters Cook just looking a hell of a lot faster on it at the moment. Sangal, guns up, man, guns up. That's always what I kind of say when, in the matchmaking. And maybe they just need to take it back down to basics, because as we've said, as you said quite a few times, Letters Cook are playing simple Counter-Strike. Readable, therefore, Counter-Strike, you could maybe say. And Sangal, unfortunately, sticking too much to their own game, I believe. But we'll see. We've got a timeout come in here. You would imagine from the Sangal side of things.
Hopefully. I think they've been losing each round for a different reason every time, so we'll see. We'll see. It just feels like just small individual errors. Maybe they came in a little bit cold. It's not inconceivable. Because there's been a few rounds of the setups that look good, they just can't convert, but equally they are allowing these gaps to open up, so I just think Sangal needs to play standard Counter-Strike and just play it well. I don't think they need to do anything overzealous here. And, yeah, it's been those mistakes and not doing all the standard nades and stuff that has allowed these gaps to be open.
Quick in towards mid. No one around for it. It was a nade spell outside of Cave here, outside of Jaguar. Again, not able to really find anything. Twist getting some damage and the control back in Jag. The half bite of the pistol so far starts slow.
Bit of a B ramp push. Snacks is holding though. And indeed he capitalizes. Snacks is a weird one, isn't he? Because Snacks really could AWP at a very high level.
Yeah.
But do you want him off the rifle without that versatility? It's a really hard quandary. One that a player like Device faced actually for a lot of his career, for those that weren't watching in the earlier years. So, I don't know. I'm never sure which way to lean on the Shiznax AWPing.
Well, they've got their own ideas, and definitely in a team like this, he's going to have his own ideas. That is for sure. I, for one, am definitely here for it. He was always one of my favourite players to watch. So we want him to hit that kind of form again. I think we all do. He's a fan favorite. Nonetheless, speaking of, look at the money over on the side of Let Us Cook. It really does paint the picture of how well this is going. Only losing 1 in the previous round. Already up to 6. They're starting to run away with this half, and Sangal have not given us really anything to be impressed about, that's for sure.
And of course, as we know on the Snacks front, he was really close to joining Ents. It's completely obvious by how someone like Snappy gives interviews. And it also sounds like it was a decision out of their control. It looked like they really wanted him, but unfortunately, Snacks just hasn't got himself onto a top team, and well, maybe in this sort of environment, he can be one of the best players on the server. Sound here, massive mid-entries. Look at that. Look at all the space he's created. Sangal have no option here to make a reaction. They're so passive on the sites. This is, this game is not gone how I expected it so far. This is getting out of control.
Really quite bizarre. I think Let Us Cook have got into the heads of Sangal all too easily, and it's having a grave effect on their defense. That is absolutely evident at this point. We probably would have this round a bit more underway. The bomb, however, was left in T-spawn, so
I don't know what Sangal are doing. They're way too passive. You can't win this.
Someone's got to dig for information somewhere. They're just
stack
hoping
a bomb
that...
site. I mean, stack a bomb site, save 3 guns. You can buy again in the next. You got enough loss bonus. You only win this if they walk into Fozy's ult. They might do that, but doesn't mean what they're doing is right.
Yeah, he misses his first shot as well, gives the position away. So they're very ready for him now. Flash round. It's not quite good enough. He does get another. He could cut another player or 2 down. Twist going to find Soulfly through the smoke, though. Keeps it rolling, and it was all a distraction move for Snack to the back. Not enough numbers. Certainly not enough time. And certainly not a chance. Strunk reckons he's got one, and he is wrong. No one going to save in that round then, where the opportunity may well have presented itself. Yeah, this is really getting out of hand, and it kind of gets to a point where Alan and I, we've watched a lot of Counter-Strike at this level, at the higher level, and even at some levels that, you know, we'd rather not go back to. But ultimately, this is not looking good.
It just looks limp, maybe is the word. It just seems like a different thing is going wrong every round. I can't believe how many entries they're giving up, especially these mid-fights. At what point... I mean, is it really that hard to just call guys to start free mid that use more nades? Is that really a huge adaptation to make? Why is nobody, you know, taking control of the situation and just saying, this is unfeasible? We shouldn't even be fighting mid if we're going to lose numbers every time. We're going to answer some really hard questions going into the following gun round. And we've Let Us Cook already looking, you know, nailed on for 8 rounds here. Everything on top of that is just, you're just laughing. 9 rounds or above would be... dream scenario on the team animation.
Yeah, you would say so. Bomb going down, looking good. There's only a couple players left alive. Fozy's going to try and get cheeky in and around the smoke. Not going to happen for him, though. Yeah, so this is suddenly becoming a very one-sided affair. Bit of an exhibition-type dealio. And it really, really is surprising, to say the least. Individually, there are some big names on Let Us Cook, as we talked about, but Sangal have been putting up numbers for quite a while now. You would expect them to just match up at the very least. Find a round here or there, but they are not getting anything. This is well on the way to double digits for Let Us Cook.
This is already enormous damage limitation. The money also is out of control for Let Us Cook. They're going to have so many buy rounds to close out this first half. And as I've been saying, Sangal, I don't think they need to do anything spectacular here. Maybe there's an argument for getting really aggressive and just trying to make something work, but mid's been the biggest problem of all. You can see here, double body, double nade, finally using a lot of utility to secure it, but look at the gap they've left open. Oh no. It's that A-Rap again, and there's nobody in Donut. It's going to be so easy for this T-side. They're just dry running this round. Corey tries to block and does actually get a good fight. Does make it too, so somebody's woken up, man. And my God, do they need somebody to do something.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity now, of course. A little overzealousness from that T side. Bogdan looking for an attack. It's been watched. Oh, by Fozy. He just comes off the angle at the worst possible time, though. Maybe they're not expecting it. In comes the attack from Donut. Counter flashes are pretty good. There's a big flank in from middle as well. Good for one. Trying to get a molly down. Does get traded out. And the bomb is being held here for quite some time, though. There's definitely an opportunity for Snacks. However, he can't really take it. He's smoked off there in tunnels if you are wondering where he's at. Not a chance for him. The bomb defuse will come in. Sangal finally putting something back.
Yeah, and it's all on Corey. Fast thinking. I think when he's seen the execute enough times now that he knows they're going to take that control. So fast thinking, gets his smoke off. Even so, it wasn't like the smoke gave him the most amazing duels in the world. He still had to win them on his own terms. So good stuff from Corey. That off bomb, though, it did get scary. That got really scary. I really thought they were going to lose it when they were getting flanked from Donut. So decent recovery, and hopefully for their sake, they can keep this going. Was that a double-click nade jump? I haven't seen that before. That's pretty awesome.
I think it might have been. And it certainly did the damage. Corey wins out his fight, though. So does Soulfly. A little more energy coming out from Sangal in the past couple of rounds then. 4 on B for the time being, but Let Us Cook have no idea about that.
I think we need someone to message Narc, because that's
some
a
pretty
good
nasty
stuff.
one.
That is some good... I mean, it did... What did it do? 40 damage?
I think so, yeah.
Must have landed right on the head. I mean, I assume it lands kind of by the A sign to the left of it a little bit. And catches them as they're running out into mid. But that's cheeky. I didn't know you could do that.
Every day a school day, man, if you let it.
Every day.
Especially in CSGO. Shocks does eat one back, but still going to take a lot before you convince us that this round's going your way, fella. Really slowed down here to a standstill. Look at that. The dig for the information, unfortunately, goes south for Shocks. They're really just on a wing and a prayer in this one. And Snacks caught in the sides. There you go, stringing a couple together now. Sangal actually finding some success with rifles. Good to see. And they've brought it to the 5-round mark. They'd like to get a few more out of this, though. Still plenty of money for Let Us Cook, however. And maybe we see something different out of them. Maybe a timeout in a future round.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. What's the move, Sangal? They're going to do it again. 2 mid start with 3B. Despite getting almost fully punished on the earlier one in these mid fights. They just can't deal with it. They can't deal with it when Let Us Cook agitate the spawns and get aggressive. I don't think I've seen mid be this dominant for a long time. But,
yeah.
Wow, they just can't defend it.
Yep, you get there way faster now, or way ahead of the CTs, I should say, because of this expansion of the CT spawn. So
what do you reckon the difference
pretty
is?
hard
About,
to hold.
what, 2-3 meters further back?
Yeah,
That's
so
all.
it feels like about a second, maybe just shy of a second as well. They really do get out very fast on the T side now. You know, at least from a playing perspective, and we're seeing it in action here on a, you know, sort of spectator perspective. But yeah, it's pretty big.
I don't think I've seen it play out. I mean, I've watched quite a few agents now since the update, but I don't think I've seen it play out this one-sided in terms of it just looking undefensible.
Yeah, right.
It just looks indefensible. Just getting absolutely ruined every time. Presumably, it's hard to get into that logs to the cubby area right now because of the timings, I'd have thought. So, Sangal need to think about it. I mean, it's truly not worth them putting down the nades if they're just going to lose out this every round. Just go into A and start from Donut.
Yeah, they're definitely trying. You can see they've got 3 nades that they rotate off, 2 mollies and a nade. Okay, speaking of speed, what is going on over here? They've just gunned it through a smoke. Not a care in the world. Look at that contact flash. It's actually from Corey. I gave the credit to the wrong team. 2 versus 2. The bomb has yet to go down. Corey with a big frag. See whether they can find more. Nade plus smokes, keeping teams and players all at bay and chunking them down. Chunking them down, making the kills easier and easier. Where's the trade? There it is, or not. It's Newbie to find it. A big, big round coming in from Sangal. They will hit 6 on the CT side. Is it enough? We don't know quite yet. Find out in the second half. Hello, everybody. Welcome back in. We're here for half number 2, 9-6 at the turn of the half, of course. It was quite dominating from Let Us Cook, but Sangal, they managed to just squeeze out 3 towards the end. And now we see the map pick of Let Us Cook. What has this CT side got in store?
Total silence in mid. Creeping their way through. Shocks, soon to take contact. Soulfly peaks, no connection, but at least information given over. And here we go. Look at this explosive pop. Deep CT smoke wrapping now. Shocks does get one. Counter smoke goes down in towards CT here. And this is a really awkward round. Look at the mini-map. There's players everywhere.
Yeah, this is a really thought-out kind of round. Oh, QB doesn't know how good he's got it. At least there was someone there to find the kill onto Bogdan. It could have gotten very weird for just a second. However, the bomb's been dropped by Shocks, and they are locked in here, 3 versus 2. Shocks finds the head of another, a massive round coming out from the Donut player. He gets himself a 4K, but ultimately, he doesn't die. I think that's the key thing. He stays alive, he keeps control of A, and buys time for the homeboys. Let Us Cook starting off well.
Looking primed for them now to take the map. No bomb plant. It's going to deter Sangal from any investment here. And Bogdan, my man. Look at it. Look at it gleaming in the sunlight. Auto shotgun. Where's that going? Surely it's in towards Jaguar.
Yep.
And I'm praying that Sangal go his way.
He's having a bit of fun with it. It looks like they are headed towards B, Alan, but at the moment just prodding for information. Unfortunately, I think we might be robbed of the Jag push. It looks more like a ramp play.
Oh!
Okay, spoke too soon. Here we go. Flash is coming in. Can he deal with it? There's the Flash. Just keep spamming that mouse one. He only gets a couple. There was potential for way more. He still does well. It almost pays for itself, of course. Now they've got their hands onto it, so we are not quite yet robbed of all the action from the XM1014. Still, the round's going to go the way of Let Us Cook, bar anything crazy here.
I feel like we deserved more than 2 there. That felt like real potential for the whole ace. Could have been incredible, but not to be. And I'm surprised Let Us Cook. I'm surprised Snacks is even trying to fight this. I think he will catch. He will actually get both of them. Perfect timing. And he gets the auto shock. Legendary.
A respecter of the auto shotgun, I think he appreciates. Snacks was always one for the funny weapons. He appreciates the sentiment. And I think for just a split second there, we saw him eyeing up the knife. But when he saw both, he knew he had to take the round cleanly. It's very important to the CT side campaign.
Snacks on the orb. And Bogdan is actually going to stay on the auto shotgun, so see where he goes. He's actually going aggressively on A. And you can see Let Us Cook immediately the difference. They're not even fighting. They're not even trying. They're barely putting any nades down. They're opting instead to get this player aggressive on A. That's Bogdan. And now load up B instead.
Twit's going to be that first port of call. Does have to be a bit careful here. I think he's most certainly been spotted out. Flash going to come in for Snacks to work around. Goes hunting, and he loses his head. He was the hunted, apparently. He didn't quite get that memo in towards the B bomb site then. Will come the execute. Buying time for it. Corey on the backside to find another. Looking very, very good here. Bar some crazy heroics and nothing going to come of the sort. Should be a 7th round, and a 7th round nice and clean. 4 surviving for Sangal. Contact B is a success.
Looking good. Looking good in that round. I'm really nervous for them that they just left too much on the table on that CT half to recover this. I still think Sangal can play some really good Counter-Strike, but the route back from here is so difficult. So, hold your haunches just yet. They have forced an eco, which is sound news, you might say. And yeah, finally a bit of respite. For the first time, I think Sangal are actually up against pistols. I don't think they ever forced an eco in that first half. At least not since the very beginning.
No, I think that's correct. There was always cash. because it was just a run of 3 in the end that they found success with. So, all right, we'll see. Lots of new lineups coming in, apparently. It's always nice to see. Of course, Fozzy's broken the silence with that first kill. And Sangal, much quieter, much slower than their counterparts here. They are far more methodical. Not sure what type of a buy they're going to come up against, but let us cook. They are not taking any chances as well. Full respect being given across.
We'll see how the half develops. But I agree that Lattice Cook was so fast for their T side. So many taking mid spawn, take those early A rounds, the early B rounds. There basically wasn't a default. It was almost always some sort of aggressive play, or I'd call it a 4-1, where you're stacking up some area of the map with 4 players and just going in with an execute or an explosive play. I've seen a lot of that in that first half, and I wouldn't expect the same from Sangal. I think Sangal like to be a more structured, slow, composed team.
Well, some decent damage coming in. We'll see things off nicely, though. Sangal ready and raring to go for this one. Let us cook back for another buy. Snack's going to be on the AWP. It all looks good. In 3 rounds, the difference. This is shaping up. This is really shaping up to be a hell of a map if Sangal can continue this success. There's the mid take. No fast mid coming in from Sangal. They're actually going to move fast towards A. A good read, actually, from them. A lot of utility going down. Sound's going to keep them at bay. One of the newer names. He is a little quiet. This is a round for him to prove himself. He's good for 1. Not quite any more than that, but it's set up for Shox, and that will be the only players on towards the A bomb site. It was all a ruse, but in the process, they've lost a couple. They were maybe expecting a few more trades. Missed shot from Corey, and he goes for the repeat. Very aggressive indeed. Will lose his life, but somebody had to do something for Sangal. It's all heating up onto us. It's been on site now. Almost the double in for Soulfly, but not quite, and that seems to be the story of this round. Good, but not quite good enough. Scrunk on the bomb, lined up, ready to spray down reliably. They're surely not going to expect him this close. Tap comes in. Knows maybe not being held. Go now for the spray down. Does drop the player on the defuse, and that's done it.
Oh my
there's no
God.
Kit and there's no time. Wow. Oh, and twist for good measure.
Did nobody have the cash to get a kit? Did nobody... They just didn't think about it. Oh my lord. That's unbelievable that they haven't won that round. What a crazy round. I mean, the A execute, they missed a smoke, by the way. I think they missed their donut smoke. It landed outside the A tunnels towards T spawn. And I think that was improvised. I think they cancelled their hit once they knew the smoke was bad and then just ran over towards B and found a lot of real estate. So, wow, that round had everything. That was incredible.
Yep, smoke clutch for good measure, and even another player going down to the bomb. It was everything for Sangal, at the very least, right? That's the one thing we really have to consider here in a big round. If they're able to force them back onto the pistols, force them down into the doldrums, and ultimately Sangal looking to close this gap, and they might just be able to do so, Alan. They really might be able to take this one, to be honest. Not entirely sure where they move from here on that Letters Cook side, because nothing seems to be working all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, assuming Sangal convert this round, and they most certainly should, it's a much more even game than it felt 10 minutes ago. A heck of a lot more even. But as mentioned, this round isn't a given. Got to be careful. Shox has that open play. He's over towards the CT area. As long as he's traded, it should be fine. The teammates are so far off. They're taking this so slow. Really feels completely different to that first half from their counterparts on the T side. They know a player's tucked in the corner. That's Snacks. Forced wide. And it's looking pretty good now. I think they're actually going to turn on to B here, having seen these players trying to flank.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that works ultimately for Shox because he's able to save the AWP into a follow-up round. But as expected from Aniko. Oh, Snacks with a nice dink, to be fair. Shox is looking. Actually, USBing it up, but Fozzy's not going to let that slip by him. Wonderful stuff. Nice little 3K coming in from the AWPer. And Sangal up to 10 now. This is really looking dangerous. Really looking dangerous indeed, because the next couple of maps that are to come in this series are pretty Sangal favored.
I'm going to pay a lot of attention to how they fight mid. Here on the CD side. See if they're going to go in for control, or they're going to sit out, what nades are they using. So this round, just a two-man start, one molly out wide to try and stop players swinging, and that's it. Bit of a nade. But overall, ceding a lot of this control early. And Snacks can't connect.
Wow.
Ooh, Sangal have really turned up the heat here after such a dismal CT performance. They're warming up.
Deadly, deadly stuff. Bogdan holding out towards Jag. And they're not really going to give him the time of day. They're pretty happy with their 1-for-1 so far. Shox is left low after his fight, so really not an ideal position for that CT side to be in. Very slow in the mid-round tier. Once again, Sangal, completely different style. And, well, it seems to be paying off because they are playing great Counter-Strike, and Let Us Cook are expecting all the action in the early rounds. They get jittery, they get nervous, they move players away, they move players around, but ultimately they're just not able to find the magic source. Shox as well is the only A defender, although he's starting to get further and further backed up by Sound on the AWP. Sound is going to come through the smoke, find Soulfly. Shox is good for nothing, so here we go. The attack coming in, 25 seconds to get that bomb down is absolutely plenty, and they've got good time here to get themselves a decent post plant, I would say, as well. They just have to be a bit careful with where they move from here. The extremities are being held pretty solidly. Sound gets a flash out. He's got a man in support as well. That man will strike true, and now just all down to Corey and Fozzy, and pretty much just down to Fozzy. They get smoked off, and that is not what they wanted at all. It's going to be a full 10-second hold here, so there is certainly a chance the bullets could land. They've found a player, but it's not the right player. It's not the diffuser, guys. It's through the smoke. Oh, the deagle shots even come close. Goodness me, that is as close as damn it, but it's Let Us Cook to come out on top.
I really thought he was going to kill the diffuser when he started spraying. Whew. Wow. This game has suddenly got very exciting. It's on such a knife edge. If that's what it's going to take for Let Us Cook to win a round, well, there's more buys to follow here from Sangal, and it's not like Let Us Cook have a great deal in reserve by virtue of only living with a couple of players. Very intriguing. Very intriguing map. Very much in the balance. Mid control taken. Mid has been open for business for the offense on both halves of this map thus far. And now with all that free real estate, Sangal have a lot of space to move with. What is the next call? Where do they choose to prod next? How are they going to end this round?
Good question. Sound, off angle, spots a barrel, but still gets flicked by Fozzy, who looks for another. Snacks is trying to get the better of him. Quick round the corner. There's a tag that's landed somewhere. But it's the kill that goes the way of Sangal, and that is ultimately the most important thing. They're looking to keep it close, and this is a great start.
Yeah, this is half Snacks being confident and half Snacks understanding that if he gave up that angle, they're wrapping A and the round is over. So he's poised to be aggressive. Snacks pushing through the red room. Gets a kill. Pushing up again. Molly takes him back. His head stack was in towards Cave, but they've given that up. Let us have the players kind of on the right side of the map at the moment, but still playing without much map control. And Corey goes down. That's a big kill. How are they going to end this? 27 seconds? I think it's kind of got to be B, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ultimately the only spot that they really have any decent control. Snacks, though, has got such a great angle here. There's a couple flashes, a nade even to just keep him at bay. A wide swing from Bogdan is successful. Still not out of the question just yet. Molotov does more damage on towards Snacks. This really could go either way, even though it looks like the man advantage is in favor of Let Us Cook. Smoke comes down. It's a kit available from Shox. He's got a molly and a flash as well that you would assume he wants to put into action here. Flash going to come round just to try and buy them time. Big Frag comes in, but Soulfly traded out. It's going to be QB, the only one left, and I think they know where he's at, looking at the body language. He brings it down to a 1v1, though. Tap onto the bomb from Snacks, and it's not enough. Too fast for you. Kyubi round the corner in front of the fire will find Sangal 11.
1 HP. 1 HP because he has to commit through the flames to take the fight. Oh my lord, this is the game now. And the CT money is broken. It's in tatters. Sangal poised to even up this game. And Let Us Cook just cannot get in a good CT scenario. They're giving up so much control. Snacks was the only reason that went close. Because he really wanted fights. He didn't want it to be a slow round. And given the posturing in this round so far, I suspect we are going to get 12 apiece.
Certainly looks that way. At the moment, little do they know it, with the B bomb site they want to end up on is completely clear. Rotations will start to come in, but they're just looking to nick away a kill, aren't they, really? Shox. Yeah, was that hero they tried to stack towards the west side of the map, let's say, and it did not work for them. So I'd be curious to know if Shox is going to work his way in here or if they're just going to move to save him. Either way, bomb's gone down. Kills coming in thick and fast. Ooh, a missed shot from Fozy. He'll have to watch himself here. They're going to try and boost around and come at it from a different angle. He opts to move away. So we're getting robbed of a few of our interesting ones here. Here we go. There it is. He will swing back in. And he was not ready for that. So there's an opportunity to grab it off if they want it. Not looking too likely, though. The kill's still going back the way of Sangal. Finally get some action at the tail end there. Oh, going to get... Whoa, saved. It's a sacrifice from Corey to make sure it comes in. It won't eat too much, but all the same. 12-12. Now we do have this game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
Shox really needed to save a gun. Maybe they should just backed out with that M4 and just... You know, at least confirmed it was going to make it through. He's now on MP9, lacking utility. Snacks is nothing beyond the body armor and the AWP here, so far from ideal for this CT side. Again, they're playing out of mid. They're ceding that control. Fozy, where's this round come from? This fast up B ramp? It's incredibly aggressive. Can he get a good fight? He doesn't connect on the twist. Wow, I'm almost stunned by how aggressive that was.
Gotta be careful here, Scrunk. He's got the bomb in hand as well. They really don't respect how far forward they could be. However, they go a bit too far forwards. There's still an AWP in play. And Corey has an idea. Doesn't recognize how close it's going to be. Is the trade there, though? Not really. It's all down to Soulfly. Can't get it done. And Let Us Cook with the crazy push in towards B lane. Absolutely mental.
They play some crazy Counter-Strike, these guys. They are absolutely caution to the wayside and just go. Speed your way in. And, well, it's not been oh so great in this second half, but I guess on the whole, it's kind of worked. But here we are. Sangal finally have no money. Let Us Cook haven't been able to bank up anything because these rounds have just been an absolute slugfest. So, a big one to come now. A really big one. As we decide who towards this latter stage is going to have any sliver of an advantage. If Let Us Cook can win these rounds, they've done so much to break this team money. Really big moment. I do not envy kind of the leaders on either side having to call this.
Well, we're about to find out. This could be it for the game, especially if Let Us Cook take this one. Sangal, they've got other things to say. Their map pick coming up next, and then a pretty comfortable Vertigo on the third, but I'm sure they would look to threaten the 2-0. They've certainly done the hard work, it feels like, to bring it back as close as, damn it, Twist, though, with a keen double. They went for the rush in. And Twist, the lone player on B, by the way, really solidly holds. He's going to continue to do so as well as he keeps on getting heads. It's all down to Scrunk and Corey. They're out of ideas on the Sangal playbook. But maybe a hero could pop off here for them. A deep smoke once again in towards CT. However, just not going to happen. It's Sound easy as you like. Moving up to 14. And yes, they get a bomb plant, but Sangal, it just looks like they're strapped for ideas now.
Yeah. I don't think it really could have been a better call, really, could it? Because they rushed B into one player. And Twist, it's unbelievable to me that he gets 2 out of that. Maybe the util could be better from Sangal, but Twist does absolutely enormous work there. He's just on an island. His teammates fought mid hard, so I don't think it's a fault of the call for Sangal. It's just the execution. Maybe Twist was just too hot to handle, but either way, the forces come out of this T side. Look at the buy. This is desperation. 3 smokes. Someone's got to find an entry. Someone has to find a headshot one of these AKs to make this possible, I think.
Yeah, one would assume so, but unfortunately, not going to happen so far. One of the AKs actually gets tagged down really low. Very problematic. Shock's going to go pushing forwards. Does need to be careful here. Yubi's watching him. Oh, but that is a clean track coming in from Shocks, and he'll take that. Someone's called somewhere. Just run it back. They can't retake that control. Let's work with that. That could be game winning, to be honest. However, Bogdan going to get caught. Oh, the contact B. Sound on the AK is hella quick, though, even on the left eye peak. Skrunk's got some good control. They try and call the bomb back, and it will come around. But this just feels like too little too late. This round has got Let Us Cook written all over it. Bomb flank comes in. Sound holding the angle. Big tags onto Corey. Can't finish him just yet. They feel there's got to be a flank coming in. This just is too good to be true, how weakly defended this B bomb site is. And well, it is pretty weakly defended right now. Nice little counter flash coming in. Buys a bit more time. Nade will finish off Corey, though. Just down to the 2 of them once again. And they've got plenty of utility. It's not been baited out. Soon as Scrunk shows himself, he will get taken down. And now just Bozy. He's got a gap to work with. He's got to watch themselves here a little bit. But Snacks, he's savvy to the fact. He knows how it works. Nowhere near this time around, Fozy. And that'll be 15 hit for Let Us Cook. They have regained their mojo. And they are about to take their map pick.
Now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. And even with the plant, it's not like Sangal have a lot of cash in the bank here. Let Us Cook stumbled for a lot of the CT side, but they've got right back into it. Shocks just had a seriously good map. I think Twist is the unsung hero of the CT side. Doing so much work. So much work. He's been brilliant. And here we go. 3 chances to close it out on their map pick in a matchup where I think it's fair to say that given the roster instability for Let Us Cook, given what we could expect from them as a team, they surely don't have the depth of a side like Sangal. And despite that, they're making their more ragtag rounds work, put it that way. Whereas Sangal, trying to play structured, just can't get these rounds over the line for whatever reason. And wow. I'm stunned that Sangal are losing right now. I'm really stunned that Let Us Cook are making this work.
Yeah, we've had a few sort of surprising moves, I think, in from both teams ultimately on how streaky it's been. But yeah, it feels like Sangal have not had proper control of the economy for a little while here as well. Once again, to fight for their lives on this map, they've only got the 1 AK. Bogdan going to get tagged down. They've gone for a double up setup into this round. So far, not so good. Really quiet. Sangal had found a lot of success with the slower rounds, but this one really is taking the cake at this point. Deep smoke comes in from ultimately both sides. Pretty default heavy stuff. They'll work their way through the double doors. Smoke Shocks in a hard to clear spot here. Bozy going to move in slowly, gets taken down, needs trading, and he doesn't get so. Beautiful stuff from Shocks. That gives away a lot of information. The bomb has been seen. And that all-important man in that Soulfly. What have you got for us? Not a kill. Flash comes in. Scrunk is so blind. And surely that's got to be it now. Yes, indeed. Ooh. Twist with a big 3K at the end. The age certainly not showing on that Letters Cook side. Really solid stuff. They looked kind of shaky in the middle of that CT side, but ultimately they will manage to take it 16-12 in the end. Sangal, I think they're going to be kicking themselves a little bit, Alan.
They had their opportunities to win that map, but yeah, for whatever reasons, that first half they just left themselves way too much work to do going into second. There were just too many errors, and wow,